important to serve on a jury? Let's talk about it.
All right. Well, welcome back with us here and hope you like our video down below. Today we're going to be talking about jury duty. And most people have been summoned for a jury. Some people have served, some haven't. But that's fresh on my mind. I just got off of a jury this week, and so wanted to talk about really the importance of being on a jury.
Yes, and back in the spring, I got summoned to be on a grand jury, which I did not realize at the time there's a difference between grand jury and a petty jury, which David was on a petty jury. Grand jury is totally different. It's a segmented time where it could be 6 months to a year, and you're committed to serve on it. You go meet, I think it's like 2 to 3 times a month, right, with these other people, and you review cases and see if there's enough evidence that they could bring it before a petty jury and a judge. So you're kind of basically a review process. So the grand jury does multiple cases, they meet together and they review them. So, and a petty jury is obviously different. But.
And in petty jury, what I served on, if her grand jury brings an indictment, then the petty jury is basically there for a single case. They hear that case and then they're excused as a juror. And so that's what I was on, and it was quite an interesting situation.
It was your first time. Surprisingly,
it was.
I would have thought you would have been summoned before.
I normally get excused for one reason or another, but this time actually served on the jury. And I think it was very eye-opening to me to listen to the case and listen to the facts and then go into the jury deliberation and hear how all the other people heard the same facts and had come to much different conclusions.
Right.
And so
kind of scary a little, you said?
Yeah, it was it was a little bit scary to see how they came out. But the jury is basically protects us from tyranny and from the government having the final say, because we get to go before a panel of our peers. And so I actually had a couple quotes that Esther was going to read to us.
This one's by John Jay, who was the first justice of the Supreme Court. And he said, "The jury has a right to judge both the law as well as the fact in controversy."
So he's talking about the jury really has the final say. And that helps prevent tyranny of someone who maybe is getting railroaded or getting put through something that the government says. A jury can acquit someone and find them not guilty. And then there was another quote
by Oliver Wendell Holmes: "The jury has the power to bring a verdict in the teeth of both law and fact."
He says you can bring it in the teeth of law and fact and acquit someone or find them guilty. And so as I was in the jury deliberations, it actually ended up being a case where it was kind of a he said, she said. There wasn't a lot of evidence or any evidence outside of that. It happened between those two people. It was just words. And it was interesting that the jury came down to 9 guilty and there were 3 not guilty. It was a jury of 12. And so the judge came in afterwards. We became a hung jury. And
That's
so
such an interesting term.
Yes.
Hung. I don't know.
It was a hung. So
I guess you're hung up.
You're hung up. You can't make a decision.
Yeah.
Oh, that was another interesting thing was in America, for a jury to come to a verdict, all 12 jurors have to agree.
Right.
Whereas in other countries like England, they can have a majority.
Oh.
So that's a higher standard.
Didn't know that. That's
yes.
Interesting.
Right. So interesting things. But it's important that you and I are able to serve as jurors if possible.
It's good.
It really brings it helps everyday people.
It's a little irritating because it took your whole work
week off.
It did
take the whole work week.
You got an excuse, but still you're stuck in court.
Right.
So it's really a sacrifice a little bit too.
But we did get paid, right?
I got
$40 a day. Me. So well, I probably shouldn't have told you that.
Good for some lunch or something.
That's right. Well, juries are important. They're very key to holding our freedoms here in America. So if you are summoned and can make the time, I highly encourage you serve either on a grand jury or on a petty jury and help bring about justice in those situations. So until next time.
We'll talk to you guys later.